I'm Phoebe, 25 years old. My husband Thomas is a corporate worker and we're happily married. I'm at my parents' house at the moment. This area is a famous tourist destination, rich in nature. I'm having some tea on the porch, listening to the Flogs choir from the nearby field. Phoebe, how have you been? This is my younger sister, Paige, who recently graduated from college. Hi, Paige. I've been well. Oh, are you in any case worried about something? What? I can see it. Your boss at work. Lazy and incompetent? Wow, your premonition scares me. When did you get that power anyway? I can't say when. I just acquired it naturally at some point in my life and realized I could see something in the near future, things people hide. And are you all right with this boss? Not quite. He doesn't do his job at all. I hope he won't cause a big problem one day. Well, if you need my help, please let me know. I'll try helping you out. Thanks, Phoebe. Your clairvoyance-like power is super. Just like she put it, I can see almost anything, anywhere since I was little, except for the things about me. It's finally over, but there was turmoil in my life not that long ago. That was when I visited Thomas's parents' house to announce our marriage.
Getting married? That's fine by me. But if you become my daughter-in-law, you need to prepare some amount of money.
Excuse me? That was the first thing my father-in-law said to me. Thomas said to his father,
Dad, please!
It's not that unusual. We are taking her as our daughter-in-law. Mom's right. About 50 grand will be good. There's this purse I want to buy. His mother and sister had the same unbelievable idea. I was shocked.
Please, stop! That's why I didn't want her to meet my family.
He told me before that his family was greedy. He was raised by these people, yet grew into a normal person because of his late grandfather, who was close to him. When we announced our marriage, they told me to give them all my savings up front, and we just left there fast. On our way back home, Thomas said,
I'm sorry about my family, Phoebe. I'm so embarrassed for them. Do you not want to marry me anymore?
Don't be silly. I'm not marrying those three. I'm marrying you, Thomas. That's all that matters to me.
Phoebe?
A few months passed since we got married. We were living in an old apartment that was due to be demolished, but my dad offered for us to use the apartment he owned. The former tenant was just moving out timely. We didn't have a wedding ceremony, but Dad paid for our moving expenses as a wedding gift. He was very concerned about us, who are young and don't have much money, so his offer was very helpful for us. Another few months later, somebody rang the doorbell one afternoon. When I looked at the intercom, there were my 3 in-laws on the screen. Thomas and I haven't seen them since the day we visited them for our marriage announcement. We didn't see them at Christmas either because Thomas didn't want to. He's also been sending his money to them every month so they can live comfortably. When he got a job, his parents demanded to send them money every month as a thank you for raising him. He listened to them and thought they had a point, and he did as he was told. Such a good and kind son, isn't he? Some people might be offended by that unreasonable request. But anyway, why are they here? The front door has an auto lock and you need a key to get in. But I'm sure they snuck in when someone opened the door. I put on the chain and opened the door. Hello?
Hello, Phoebe.
What brought you? We brought a housewarming gift. Housewarming? Please, let us in. What are they talking about? Our moving was a few months ago. They had large luggage on the floor. I'm actually leaving now. I'm sorry you came by to bring the housewarming gift. I made that up at the moment.
What are you talking about?
I thought you said you brought a housewarming gift for us. Not for you, it's for us. A housewarming gift for us. I don't understand. We're moving in here today. Our current home will be our second home. What?
It was a lot of work for us to bring our stuff here. Food, liquor, and a housewarming gift.
What a nice, large apartment you have here. Just as my neighbor told me. I heard you're not paying the rent. That means Thomas bought it, right? I'm so proud of him. He sends us just a little, but he must be earning a lot. According to my mother-in-law, their neighbor, who we invited to our home recently, told them that our apartment was fancy, and they planned to take it over, but it's my dad's property. I was mad and terrified by how they thought of things. Please leave, and closed the door. But they kept yelling outside the door for a while, saying, "We came and brought all this stuff," or "Thomas is ours too, open the door." I called the police and they took the three away, and finally it was quiet. I called Thomas and he called them to tell them not to bother us anymore.
What were you thinking? You're no longer my family. I won't let anybody bother my wife, and I'm not gonna send you more money. Calm down. You're taking this too far.
Your father's right. We won't do it anymore. Mom's right. Please don't cut our money. Thomas just hung up the phone without saying more and blocked their numbers. But since then, they started showing up every day. They were in front of our apartment building or came through the auto lock and in the front of my door, yelling at me. Thomas stopped sending us money because of you, or you pay for our living expenses. It was loud and embarrassing. I called the police a few times, and each time they were taken away. But word spread among the neighbors in the building, and I was so stressed by it. But we didn't want to move right away because we were to move out anyway in a few weeks due to Thomas's work situation. I wish I had more patience, but they were over the top. I reached the boiling point. I came up with the plan, and first I texted my father-in-law. He called me back immediately.
Hi, Phoebe. I was surprised you suggested the family trip all of a sudden. But I saw the website of the hotel. It's great and high-end. And it's for free? Thomas must be doing well. I'm proud of him.
I could hear my sister-in-law squealing with delight and my mother-in-law writing into the calendar in the background. This stopped their unwelcome visits. On the day of the trip, since Thomas was on a business trip in the same town where our hotel was, we arranged to meet at the hotel. I also stopped by my parents' house. The hotel was located near my parents' house. After stopping there, I waited for them to arrive at the hotel.
There you are, Phoebe!
The three showed up carrying their luggage. We don't need you here. Phoebe, it's a family trip, isn't it? Huh?
Thomas stopped sending money to us because of you.
You disrespected and harmed us. You're no longer our family, and so is Thomas. That's right. Go home. How can we have a good time with you who treated us terribly? These unbelievable people. After a pause, I simply said, I'm leaving then, and walked out. I couldn't help but laugh thinking about what's going to happen to them next. They were certainly dumb, a little change of plan, but I was going to proceed with it. What was my plan? After they got rid of me, they were triumphantly excited about the stay.
That felt so good. She couldn't even say a word because it was all true.
Let's have a good time with just family. They have a spa here and I'll order a full facial. Just a few minutes later, my father-in-law called me and I answered.
Hey, what's going on?
I don't know what you're referring to.
They told me that without Lady Phoebe, it would cost us $6,000. What's that supposed to mean?
Again, I heard the other two's voices in the background. You said it's for free. Did you lie to us? Who's Lady Phoebe? Anyway, you've got to fix this. Well, I'm actually the master of the hotel owner.
The master?
My father is the landowner of that area.
The landowner?
Yes, when I sent them a postcard to announce our marriage, as a wedding gift, they said they would treat us to a hotel stay, so please bring your husband's family as well. So, without me, there's no reason you get the deal. Oh, and just so you know, I'm not going to help you. As you precisely said, I am no longer your family.
You witch!
Yes, when I met them at the entrance of the hotel earlier, I was going to leave them alone anyway, saying if something came up. I knew from the beginning that they would rely on me for everything during this trip. Since they got rid of me first, it only made my plans simpler. I asked my father-in-law to use his name in the info on the reservation. Whether they stay or cancel tonight, if they cancel the same day, they're responsible for 100% of the cost of their stay. What kind of master am I to the hotel owner? She was into astrology and clairvoyance. As I taught her little by little, she started to call me a master. I've helped their business many times using my power, and her parents were also appreciative. Also, the owner and I played together when we were little. Of course, my revenge doesn't stop there. I set my phone on speaker mode and asked Thomas to tell them about that.
Hello, Dad. Thomas, you have to tell your wife. I'm just letting you know that I'm gonna sell the house and property. Huh? I guess you don't remember that when Grandpa passed away, he wrote in his will that the title of the house be changed to me.
Thomas, where can we live then?
All of you clearly said that Paige and I were no longer your family, remember? Finally, we agreed on something. And there's no way you can stay in the house.
Wait a minute, Thomas, that's so cruel.
Huh? Don't you think you owe it to us for raising you all these years?
He's right. I gave birth to you. My pregnancy was very hard for 9 months and...
I'm done paying you back for that, and more. I sent a substantial amount of money to you until now. You all depended on Grandpa's inheritance and my money, and didn't try to earn anything for yourselves. You better lose your home and regret your behaviors for all these years once and for all. Goodbye. Wait a minute!
You're joking. Thomas, I'm sorry. Please, forgive. He hung up the phone. The next day, the 3 of them showed up at our apartment again. Since the hotel owner called me, telling me what happened, I put the chain on before opening the door.
Do you have any idea how much trouble you caused us?
You're not going to get away from this. I am going to badmouth you to all of your neighbors. So I pulled out my phone and made a call. Hello? I have 3 people on my doorstep who didn't pay for the hotel stay and left. That's right. They stayed the night at the hotel afterward and just left without paying the bill. I was calling the police, of course.
Run!
I knew they were going to, so I prepared for the situation. Thomas and his friends grabbed the 3 of them and tied them to their backs. It was good timing because we were in the middle of moving and Thomas's friends were helping us. Police soon arrived and took the crying 3 away. They were taken into police custody. They were so accustomed to relying on somebody else's money and doing nothing for themselves that they lazed out and got yelled at even in jail. They were devastated mentally and their health deteriorated to almost unrecognizable. When they are out, they have nowhere to go. Also, their inheritance money hit the bottom a few years ago and they kept borrowing since then, on top of the fraud at the hotel. Once they're out, there will be no real life for them. Too bad. As for Thomas and I, we moved near my parents' house. His new work location was in my hometown. We stayed at my parents' temporarily and then bought a condo with the proceeds from Thomas's property. I'll never make the same mistake of telling the in-laws our new address. We're having such a fulfilling life in this nature-rich environment. The other day, we had dinner at my parents' house. Hi, Phoebe and Thomas. How are you? Dad and Mom will be home soon. A little late, but here's your wedding gift. Congratulations. Oh, thank you, Paige. A pair of wine glasses. Oh, they're so lovely.
Thank you, Paige.
I guess you could use a relaxing day tomorrow after all the things that happened. So let's celebrate your wedding with your family today. That's so thoughtful of you. And I wanted to tell you this, Phoebe. The useless boss of mine got fired. I listened to your advice and it worked well. Glad to hear that, Paige. Anytime. I'm counting on you, Phoebe. Thanks.
Thank you for watching! What kind of crazy people will we get to see next? Stay tuned for more!